Did George Russell's actions reveal flaws in Formula One sportsmanship, or is Max Verstappen simply struggling to deal with the pressure of competition? For Verstappen, the answer is clearly no, especially when it comes to George Russell. During the Qatar Grand Prix weekend, Verstappen made an open and fiery statement, revealing he had lost all respect for the Mercedes driver. What could have caused such a harsh reaction from the reigning world champion, who has dominated this season? The controversy began during the intense qualifying session in Qatar, where Verstappen, known for his precision and focus on the track, found himself in a difficult situation. As he was trailing behind a slow-moving Fernando Alonso during a warm-up lap, George Russell, also on a slow lap, quickly closed in and almost collided with the back of Alonso's car. The stewards reviewed the footage and determined that Verstappen was at fault for driving too slowly, resulting in an unprecedented one-place grid penalty. However, the penalty wasn't the most frustrating part of the incident. It was George Russell's behavior that really upset Verstappen. According to Verstappen, Russell went to great lengths to ensure the penalty was imposed, lobbying the stewards in a way that Verstappen felt was unsportsmanlike. After securing yet another dominant race win, Verstappen expressed his disappointment to the media. "I was quite surprised sitting in the stewards' room with everything that was happening," he said. "Honestly, it was very disappointing because I think we all respect each other a lot. I've been in that meeting room many times, and I've never seen someone try to sabotage someone that badly." These words carry significant weight, especially coming from a driver who has consistently shown he can handle high-pressure situations and fierce competition. This incident struck a deeper nerve with Verstappen. "For me, I lost all respect for Russell," he added. "I've raced against many drivers over the years, and although we've had our disagreements, I've never experienced anything like this. This was different." Verstappen's frustration was heightened by the nature of the penalty itself. He believed that he was being penalized for trying to be considerate of other drivers on the track. "Honestly, I couldn't believe I got it," he admitted. "But at the same time, I wasn't surprised anymore in the world I live in. It wasn't very pleasant to see that happen, because I think it's the first time someone has been penalized during a slow lap." The irony of the situation lies in Verstappen's own explanation for his actions during the lap. With the championship already decided for him and the stakes much lower, Verstappen claimed he was simply trying to avoid disrupting the laps of other drivers. "I just tried to be nice. Maybe I shouldn't have been," he reflected. "But I was being nice because we're at the end of the season, and everything is pretty much decided, especially for me. I didn't want to mess anyone up as they prepared for their lap." Despite his good intentions, Verstappen felt his reasoning fell on deaf ears during his discussions with the stewards. "I felt like I was talking to a brick wall," he said. "I really explained the valid reasons for what happened, and it was clear that there were other situations happening around me. People with colder tires who had to push anyway. I didn't want to cause a scene going into the last corner, so it was very surprising." This incident highlights a broader issue within Formula One: the fine line between fair play and gamesmanship. Verstappen's frustration isn't just about this one moment, but about what it represents in a sport where every advantage is fought for and penalties can make or break a race. The actions of drivers and teams are constantly under scrutiny, and for Verstappen, Russell's behavior crossed a line not just in terms of competition, but in terms of respect between rivals. Although Verstappen has had disagreements with both the stewards and fellow drivers before, it's rare for him to speak so openly and emotionally about losing respect for another competitor. His comments also raise questions about how such incidents are handled by the stewards and the role that lobbying plays in their decisions. Was Verstappen penalized fairly, or was this a case of politics overshadowing sportsmanship? For Russell, the incident may have just been another day of fighting for every advantage on the grid, but for Verstappen, it was deeply personal. The fallout from this clash will likely continue as the season progresses, with fans and analysts speculating about what this means for the relationship between the two drivers moving forward. Will Russell publicly respond to Verstappen's comments? Will this incident spark a new rivalry, or will time heal the rift? One thing is clear: this controversy serves as a stark reminder that Formula One is as much about what happens off the track as it is about the battles on it. For Verstappen, it highlights not only the challenges of racing at the highest level, but also the complexities of maintaining respect in a world where every decision is under constant scrutiny. As the dust settles, The Qatar Grand Prix will be remembered not only for Verstappen's victory, but for the controversy that reignited discussions about sportsmanship, respect, and the true cost of winning in Formula One. George Russell admitted that he was expecting a clash with Max Verstappen before the race began in Qatar, given Verstappen's grid penalty. Verstappen received a one-place penalty for driving unnecessarily slowly in front of Russell during a cool-down lap in Q3 on Saturday, which ultimately allowed Russell to take pole position. Both drivers reported the incident to the stewards after qualifying for the infringement, leading to Verstappen being stripped of his pole position. This added to Verstappen's frustration, and he criticized Russell's conduct after the race, claiming that he had lost all respect for the Mercedes driver during their time together in the stewards' room. However, this controversy ultimately had little effect on the race's outcome. Verstappen quickly passed to take the lead at the first corner and maintained that advantage until the checkered flag. Meanwhile, Russell finished fourth. When asked about the start of the race, Russell admitted that he was anticipating a possible crash with Verstappen due to the penalty, but said his slower getaway made that less likely. "Honestly, I was expecting a crash," Russell said, "but we made it easy for him. Both Lewis Hamilton and I had a terrible start, so it was a pretty simple overtake for him, which was frustrating for us."